G'day and welcome to another episode. My name is Daethstro, the Aussie Geek, and today we will be looking at the Badcube Piper, aka their take on Masterpiece pipes. And I have seen a lot in the community wondering whether or not to get this version of pipes or the Fans Toys when it comes out. This guy has its good points and its bad points, and I will get it out of the way first and foremost. For starters, obviously the stickers on this guy are repro labels and aftermarket stickers, so you will not get this guy with these stickers on it. Otherwise, Hasbro and Takara would have a field day. And secondly, from what I was able to research before doing this video, this figure was released back in 2017. Now this is a reissue, but in saying that, in the last couple of months, we've gotten the grey designs for Fans Toys pipes, and we could be looking at another 2 years before that thing gets released. But my point I want to make is this figure is already 5 years old, so there is going to be technology in this that is now out of date. And what we will probably see in the Fans Toys will be up-to-date technology that will probably compress and make the figure look a lot more tidy. In saying that, I'm not saying that this is a bad figure. I'm not saying don't buy this. I'm not saying this is trash. I'm just saying, to put in perspective, this figure is, or at the time of this recording, is already 5 years old. So it is old technology. But in saying that, I already have Badcube's Grump and I can't remember what the name was for Swerve, Slick. And honestly, I've seen the Fans Toys is putting out their gears and Swerve. And as much as I love Swerve, I'm not buying either of them because honestly, I already have their representations in my collection, and I cannot honestly say that I currently have any excuse to replace them. I even have the Huffer of this guy coming eventually as well. So sorry Fans Toys, but I'm sticking with my Badcubes. It's not often I switch out a figure. One is actually coming that I do plan on switching out, but that's for reasons. Anyway, so if you look to the left of the screen, you will see his comparison with Windblade. And of course, on the other side, you can see some of the accessories. Comes with instruction manual, comes with cards and new alternate faces, which I'm assuming one's a toy. And it comes with Metroplex's gear, which I'm sorry, G1 purist, but I honestly can't remember when Pipes had his gears. I remember First Aid. I don't remember Pipes. Anyway, so getting down to the vehicle, it's a lot bigger than honestly I originally thought. I expected it to be like this, so like this big. I didn't see it. I didn't expect it to be this big. As for those of you wondering who's trailing for this take, this guy's old school. If you've got MP10, he can tow your trailer. I'm sorry, MP44 fans, not happening. That's not quite plugging in, but never mind. It does look good. Yes, you see a lot of emptiness in here, but honestly, he actually is pretty nice. He's got a little bit of die cast. There he is from the bottom, obviously from the top. Now, my first gripe I'll point out, and I'll show this during the transformation, this cab has no way of realistically tabbing in. There's no tab that holds the cab in place. So if you are looking for a locking point, you're not going to find it. I'll show you all the locking points that there is, but sadly, there is no real way at the back to lock this in. So let's get down to transformation. Start from the cab and work our way up. We're going to untab these. Oh, I'll show this too while I'm thinking of it. You can move these tires, and it's really part of the transformation. But if you want it, you can actually look like he's turning. But that's just a little bit extra thing. So you're going to untab here, like so. And we're going to flip this all up. The arms don't tab in. There's no locking points. I feel like these should be a tab point, but there's nothing there. And we will just finish with this, and we'll move the camera up a bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to lift the cab up. Now I do know, whoops, got to pull out the windscreens. I do know this compresses more with Huffer. I've seen the pictures, but due to this piece here, it doesn't compress. So you can't compress it further. So we're just going to fold those in for the time being. We'll fiddle with them a little bit in a second. And we're going to fold these in because we don't need them anymore. So that's like that, and then just sort of sits in, and I think I've already got the windows are in the way. The mirrors, I should say, not the windows. Get them out a little bit. And all that does is there's a tab here and just sort of sits behind. So yeah, it will not compress. All right, so we will continue from the top. If it has, I will point out that the tabbing point for all this is these tabs. They're going to stay focused. These tabs tabbing into here. That's it. That's the only thing that keeps the cab in place. All right, so continue on. So we're going to fold these back and pull them out a bit. It's on a double hinge. Do it on both sides. Fold his arms down like so. And what we can do then is rotate the forearms so the right way around. These will rotate back and then rotate the guns forward. They are tabbed on, so they can pop off, so just be aware of that. And then you just plug them back on again and put them in place. There is no locking point, it's just wherever you feel comfortable. All right, so we'll just push the arms down a little bit, and then what we're going to do is we'll just fold these out like so. And then what's going to happen is these tabs are going to go into these squares, and these ports that, oh, not those ones, these ones are going to tab into his back. And yes, it does create a huge backpack. So just tab those ones in first, and then you want to just sort of push and angle them back until they're on those other tabs. Gives you a little bit of clearance. All right, down to the legs. So first thing first, what we're going to do is we're going to fold out on both sides this, and then we're going to fold these down. I have heard these are tight on some people's figures, so beware. And then we can split the legs. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to fold the trailer hitch. We're going to fold down the heel. This piece here is die cast. You're going to fold this down, and it's going to feel like the tie is in the way, but you want to just sort of angle this piece so it's on a ball joint. Then you want to fold that in, fold that down, and fold that over. There is no locking points at all for his leg. There's no tabbing points. So fold out, fold down, fold out and down. Now I will point out this weird tie moves, but I think it's more just from where it's screwed onto. I don't think it does anything. It might do something in Huffer, but it doesn't do anything in pipes. So slide that in there. Fold that down, fold that across, and like I said, it doesn't tab in anywhere. And then of course we can angle his arms a little bit better, and there we go. There is pipes in his robot mode. And honestly, yes, let's get the big issue out of the room. Yes, he has a huge backpack. And honestly, yes, I'm going to probably have issues displaying this guy, especially since I like to put my Minibot at the front. So this guy is taking up, you know, a good, what, 15, no, probably not much, 10 centimeters, give or take 10, 15 centimeters of room. Probably not that much, but still. So any guy I put behind him, I'm going to have to make sure there's clearance. Unless I figure something else out for him. But yeah, he does look good. Honestly, the figure does look good, even with that giant backpack. It's a pretty solid figure, even though a lot of things don't tab in. And I can't remember if this guy was released before or after the Gears, but it does feel like they've worked on a few things. Yes, that's not one of them, but it is what it is. Now let's get down to articulation. His head can do a full 360, except his shoulder pieces are in the way, and to my knowledge, you just pull that up to get the face off and swap it out. He does have a ball joint, so he can go side to side if you want. Arms could do a full 360, but obviously the backpack's in the way. The wheels can move up if you want them to, and his arms can go up that high. He does have bicep rotation. He has single jointed elbow, which gets you that far. He has, if I can get it, wrist rotation. He has typewrite fingers, no joint at the thumb, no joints at the fingers, just the joint. And if you want, you can even put this gun further out. If you want, you can leave it where it was and just leave it out there. It's up to you. It does cover over a little bit of hollowness, but that's about it. And of course, as I said, you can take it off, but he can't hold it really anywhere else. He has waist rotation down here. He doesn't have an ab crunch, which I'd be surprised if he did. Leg can go up that far, can go back that far, so even further back, can go out this far. He has hip rotation. He has a single jointed knee, which if you really want, you can also fold the other way. He has slight ankle tilt and slight either way, but it's a ball joint there, so it can twist. Can go up a bit and can go down. Of course, you can always just bend that to get a little bit more room. So there is his articulation. So there we go. Now, if you have a look to the left side of the screen, you will see him compared to all the other microbots I currently have. You see Fans Toys, Warpath, Sea Spray, and Brawn there, along with Masterpiece Bumblebee, X-Transbot's Cliff Jumper, and of course Badcube's Swerve and Gears. So nice little collection that I'm pretty happy is getting built up. But all in all, do I suggest you get this figure? Now I'm surprised, not surprised, if you've got, I'd say, the mainline figure, maybe stick with him. If you haven't and you want a masterpiece representation, I'd say get this guy. Just don't expect anything over the top. Like I said, he's a 5-year-old figure. This is like comparing MP10 to MP44. They were made at different times. Technology has changed a bit. But in saying that, I am perfectly happy with this guy being my masterpiece representation of pipes. I was always looking forward to getting Huffer for my collection, and now I get pipes as well, which now I just gotta wait for Huffer to show up. Like I said, I'm not one that usually swaps out his figures. There is maybe 1 or 2 that I've done that to. But that's pretty much it. And one of the ones that will be getting swapped out is definitely way too old, and I want to sort of get an update considering where I want a certain set of my figures to be. So there we go. But thanks for watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down. I can still see them, or just don't do nothing at all, I guess. Leave me a comment, maybe subscribe, ring the bell, all that nonsense. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.